Continuous 25 is up today, and we are doing a dumbbell metcon using some traditional exercises. This is going to be a great exercise, great workout for strength, for holding on to that lean muscle and getting that conditioning in. So I'm going to run down the 5 exercises I have for today so you can determine what type of dumbbells strength you want to use for today's workout. With continuous 25, we've got 5 exercises we're doing. Each of those exercises you're working for 40 seconds. And then 20 seconds of rest in between each of the exercises where it's complete rest. So when we're working with dumbbells, we get complete rest. We're going through all 5 of those exercises for 5 rounds for a time efficient and effective 25-minute workout. So today we are doing traditional exercises, but I have them in combination fashion. So we're going to be working multi-joints. You're going to be getting that heart rate up, getting some of that conditioning and cardio in while we're building strength, okay? So the first exercise I have up is a sumo squat and an upright row. So I'm going to be taking my weights in between my feet. My feet are going to be wider than hip width. My toes are going to be pointed out. I'm going to squat down and grab onto those weights. When I squat down, it's almost like I'm sliding up and down a wall, so I'm not really bent forward like this. When you're doing this one, you want to go pretty straight up and down with that chest lifted because we are adding in that upright row. So nice wide stance, grabbing onto those dumbbells. As I press up, I'm going to squeeze my glutes and lift the arms up into that upright row. And then draw them back down, and then set the weights, let them tap the ground, and then come back up. For the upright row, what you want to ensure that you're doing is that you are leading with the elbows and working from the shoulders and not lifting the weights with your wrists. A lot of people find that upright rows are uncomfortable because they're lifting with the wrists and also because they're pinching up here. So for the upright row, you're going to lead with the elbows, keeping those wrists in line with forearms, so you don't want to be doing this, okay? Lead with those elbows and work from the shoulders. You don't really want your elbows to go any higher than here, and you don't want the weights to go much higher than chest. If you start going up like this, then you start pinching that upper back, okay? So you're going to be drawing up with elbows and working from shoulders and not from wrists, okay? I see this exercise performed incorrectly a lot. The good thing about doing this with dumbbells is that you do have more wrist mobility than if you're working with a barbell. And also we're working on any kind of muscular imbalances as well, okay? All right, so that is your first exercise. The second one, we are going to now be doing a reverse lunge and adding in a lateral raise. And the way we're going to be doing this one is we're going to be holding the weights neutral at our side, stepping back into that reverse lunge, pushing off with the front leg to work the glute. As you stand up, then we're going to do the lateral raise. A lot of times you see the lateral raise down here in the bottom, but today I want to stand up and really just focus on that lateral raise and also working on the lunge, keeping those weights down at our sides and then up, okay? So proper form for that reverse lunge here. Now that we have the weights down at our sides, you can do that forward lean, really working that glute. That back leg is just for stability, so you're not going to press off with it. Coming up with the strength in your leg, coming up to good posture here, and lifting those weights up with control. So at the top with that lateral raise, you don't want to be doing this, okay? So that's another thing we're going to work on with this lateral raise, is just having good posture and really focusing on working those shoulders. So on this one too, you don't want to come up any higher, just to parallel, okay? And resist that urge to start swinging the weights because then you're going to start incorporating things like traps, which we don't want to do. We just want to focus on those side shoulders when we do that lateral raise. So the lateral raise when we stand up, okay? Now we're changing that one up a little bit than what we normally do. Third exercise, a Romanian deadlift with a row, all right? Holding my weights at the sides. I'm going to be going down into that Romanian deadlift. So it's a hip hinge, Sending the hips back. My torso is going to come forward, parallel to the ground. Once I'm here in this position, I hold that stretch. I'm going to do the row, back down, and then press through the floor, come up, squeeze the glutes. All right, so again, the RDL, don't turn it into a squat. You do want to have bend in your knee. You do want to have bend in your knee. You want those hips to go back. You want your torso to come forward. All right, so you're just like this. Don't let the weights allow your shoulders to come forward and round the back. So ensure too that you are stabilizing. You get those shoulder blades down and back, maybe squeezing that tennis ball or into between your armpits to create a nice stable upper body. From here, draw the elbows back in a sweeping motion. Weights come to the glutes, elbows come up behind your body, send it back down, and then think about pressing yourself away from the floor and coming up to good posture. That is your third combination exercise. Fourth exercise, we're going down to the ground. We're going to be doing a plank up, down, and we're adding in a drag to it. Let's come all the way down to the ground into your plank. You're going to set one weight off to the side. You're going to do drop down push-ups. So down, down, up, up. Then grab that weight, draw it across, and then down, down, up, up. Drag the weight across. Make sure that shoulders are over elbows, palms during that. Your butt's not in the air. Hips are not sagging. If any of that is the case, you can do this from your knees, okay? Ensure that you are being aware of which side you're dropping down with on each rep so that you are ensuring that you're creating some balance throughout the exercise. So drop down right first, and the next time you want to drop down left for your next rep, okay? And the final exercise is a Russian twist with a press. You can use any dumbbell or kettlebell. I'm going to use a kettlebell for this one. Holding onto the kettlebell at the ball, or if you hold onto the weight, you're going to hold on either head of the dumbbell. We're going to be doing the twist to the side, come center, press it up overhead because we haven't done an overhead press yet. Drop down into that C curve, come up, bring it down, twist to the other side, come back center, press up. You can do these with feet lifted or keep your feet on the ground and do it. Make sure you're twisting all the way to the side with the strength of your abs and not using your arms so much, okay? So twist, then we can press up overhead, nice good posture, C curve down, putting a piece of tape on the ground and taking that piece of tape off the ground, back, down, and twist. If you find that you're bouncing off the ground like this, you know, if it's too hard to come up and down, just do the Russian twist with the press and don't worry about the C curve. The other thing you can do is if you have a set of dumbbells like this, you can hook your feet behind them like so, and do the exercise down, up, down. And that can help you to come up a little bit more because you're incorporating a little bit more hamstring versus trying to work hip flexors, okay? It does help if you want to try that. And those are our 5 traditional combination exercises for this workout, okay? Multi-joints, strength, getting some conditioning in, all the good stuff. So I hope that gave you enough time to determine what dumbbells you might want to use throughout this workout for each of the exercises, and we're going to get started, okay? So the first exercise is that sumo squat with the upright row. Be cautious of your upright row, all right? And this. Today's continuous 25 dumbbell metcon traditional strength exercises is going to begin in under 10 seconds. Here we go, 25 minutes. Stand with those feet wide, toes pointed out. And we are squatting down, chest is lifted, come up, in that upright row. So not pinching on the row, working from the shoulders and not lifting from those wrists, okay? Draw with the elbows up. You don't have to come any higher than this. On that upright row, really focusing on working from the shoulders. And in that squat, try and keep that chest lifted, like you're sliding up and down the wall. Working your inner thighs, your adductors here, to come up and squeeze glutes. Come down nice and low if you can. Drop those weights to the ground. Tap the ground and up. And rest. Next one is the reverse lunge to the lateral raise. So working on really good reps today. So I'm not going fast, but working on good reps. So like traditional sets, trying to get in, 10 good reps for each of the exercises. Let's see where we are here. Okay, so reverse lunge, keeping the weights at our side, then come up in the lateral raise. And then the other side, drop it down, nice forward lean. And a nice controlled lateral raise. Punching those hands out to the side. Standing up with good posture. Working from the shoulder. Keeping the wrists in line. So again, not letting the wrists bend any. In good posture here. And not raising those weights up any higher than parallel. Not swinging the weights. Really press through the floor when you come up. On that, really squeeze and flex. So when we're doing all these exercises today, we really want to have you get that mind-muscle connection of what muscle you're working. Okay, lots of squeezing and flexing. All right, today we're going to the RDL with the rep. Don't pick up my heavier weights for this one. All right, stand with feet together. Come down to that RDL. Draw those elbows back. Now press that floor away. Squeeze the glutes. Good posture at the top. Hinge. And up. Those weights don't need to come any lower than mid-shin, because then you might find that you start to round the back. Send those hips back. Feel that stretch in your hamstrings and glutes, and hold it here while you do that row. Really focusing on drawing from your back. That chest comes parallel to the floor. Shoulders aren't rounding forward. And up. So it might help you to keep the weights at your side. Okay, it helps to keep you from kind of leaning forward. If you keep the weights at your side, that's also a way to work on that form, okay? We are doing the plank up downs now, okay? So I'm gonna make some room here. We're dropping down, down, up, up. Take it across, other side, down, down, up, up. Make sure those hips are not rotating as you drop down and as you bring the weight across. Okay, keep those hips towards the ground, nice and controlled. And you're not picking the weight up, you're dragging it. You do these from your knees. Bounce on 3 points and drag across. Keep those hips square. And you can stay right here on the ground for our Russian twists. I use these weights behind my feet. So we're doing a Russian twist. We're getting that overhead press in, okay? So we're gonna twist this side, come back center, press it up overhead, C curve down, come up, reach up, elbows at the side, twist to the other side. And up. Come up, sit up nice and tall, twist, slight lean back, curve down, press up. So if that C curve down and the press up is too difficult, you're just gonna stay in Russian twist and add the press in. So you just stay here, press, turn, press. All right, that's one round. That's the first round. You got through all the exercises. Next 4 rounds, working on that good form. Let's aim for, I didn't count how many reps I did each time, but let's aim for like, 10 reps, okay? Sumo squat to the upright row. Drop down, bring it up. Sliding up and down that wall, nice and controlled as you lift up, drawing from the elbows, bring the weights up to just about chest height. Sitting low in that squat, toes are pointed out. Come up, press through the floor, squeeze the glutes. Press that floor away from you as you come up. And then keep working those shoulders all the way to the top of that exercise. Up. Be cognizant of your wrists as you do that. All right. Woo. We have reverse lunges now. Working glutes. We just worked adductors. We worked glutes. Work a little bit more glutes. And now we're working the sides of our shoulders. The weights at our side. Focusing on a good reverse lunge. The forward lean. Coming up. And then we're going to add in that lateral raise. Press up. So for this exercise, obviously you're choosing a weight that you can do the lateral raise with. Not something you can do the lunge with, because obviously we can lift a lot heavier for the lunge, but since it's a combination, we're focusing on a weight we can do the lateral raise with. Working on that balance and stability with the lunge. Good posture at the top here. Not swinging those weights, working directly from the shoulders. All right, Romanian deadlifts with our row. A hinging movement. You're sending the hips back, feeling that stretch in the hamstrings and glutes. Bend in the knee. All right, you do want to bend in the knee. All right, so we are bending at our knee. Stay right here, draw back. Now press that floor away from you as you come up. Stay nice and tall, squeeze those glutes back down. Keeping a good stable upper body. So those weights, they might be heavier for this exercise, working lower body and back. You don't want the weights to bring your shoulders forward and round your lower back. If you're feeling it in your lower back, try to put a little bit more bend in that knee. Okay, maybe don't come down as far. And also keep the weights at your side. That might help you for the RDO. Okay, so if you are doing the RDO this way and then turning to do your row, maybe just keep the weights at your side for that whole exercise. All right, we have our plank up downs. All right, come on down to the ground. Start in plank, drop it down. One, up, drag it across. Keep those hips square. Dragging, not picking the weight up. And as you drag across, don't rotate either. Keep those hips square. Nice and controlled. Down, up. Butt out of the air. Keep those shoulders over palms. If you find your butt's in the air, you're sagging, go ahead and go to your knees. But be aware of your lower body on planks, okay? Squeeze quads. Send your heels back. And be aware of the belly button, in and up. Okay. All right, here we go with the Russian twist. Adding in our press. Twist. And up, back down. Come back a little bit, and up. Twist the side, slight lean back. Up, curl down. Curl up. So bring that belly button in. C curve as you come down. And right back up. Get that stretch in at the top. Send that weight all the way to the side. Elbows in at your side. Twist. Come back with the strength in your abs. Woo. All right, 2 rounds down. 3 more to go. Back to the top, sumos. I'll do these from the side this time. So you can see my form on the squat. All right, so nice and wide, weights right there in the center. Drop it down and up. Sliding up and down the wall. I'm really keeping my upper body nice and lifted. Really coming up and squeezing the glutes as I straighten my legs. drawing up with the elbows, keeping the wrists in line, not pulling from the wrists, not squeezing my upper back. So nice and wide here at the top. Bring it out and up and down. So you can keep it nice and wide here versus going like this, right? Nice and wide, all right? And relax, open up that chest as you lift. All right, reverse lunge, lateral raise. All right, step it back, really focusing on that glute, come up to standing, control that lateral raise at the top. So a lot of times you do see the lateral raise at the bottom here. That really works a lot of stability there. But we are just working on getting in that lunge, good posture, and working on that lateral raise at the top. Not swinging the weights, not leaning back, not pinching, not coming up too high. Sending those fists out. I also see my weights are kind of forward. They're not directly out to the side when I do lateral raise. So I'm not coming out like this so much. I like to come forward just slightly for that, okay? Woo, okay. RDLs, Romanian deadlifts with our row. Woo. All right. So hinging. Chest parallel to the floor, draw it back, press to the floor to come up to good posture, and repeat. Nice and fluid. Draw those elbows up past your back, and you see they're sweeping towards the glutes and not up like this. We don't want to pinch, okay? Sweep and up. Hips back, torso parallel to the ground. Press up. One more. And up. And you hear me saying the same thing throughout the exercise. This is exactly what I do at the gym or when I'm working at home. I'm constantly coaching myself through the exercise. So I have really good form because that's the most important thing. To not have injury, but also to ensure you're getting the most out of the exercise. All right, we're going down to the ground for our plank drag. We're dropping down and up. We're not rotating. We're not doing any little twisting motions. So squeeze those quads, send those hips, those heels back. Bring that belly button in. Drop it down. Lift and lower that plank. Drag that weight across right underneath your belly button. And stay right here. So form is so important because we're doing a lot of reps. We're constantly doing stuff throughout this workout. So you want to make sure you're doing it right so you don't get injured. But also, we want to work the muscle intended for the exercise and not start incorporating other things. Okay, so really get that mind-muscle connection on what you're doing. All right, here we go with the Russian twist. Side, press, curve, and up. Twist with the strength of your abs. You're not swinging the weight like this, okay? Twist, twist, press, curve, up. Curve down. Make sure you're breathing throughout ab exercises. You're not holding your breath. All right, last one right here. And come up. All right, 2 more rounds to go, 2 more sets, 2 more circuits, our traditional exercises today. Back to the top to our sumos and our upright rows. So stand wide, working those inner thighs, take it down, up. Draw with the elbows. Watch your wrists. They're not doing this. They're not going like that and starting to work those forearms. We don't want to do that. We're working shoulders here, working inner thighs, working glutes. Nice and controlled. Don't have to come up any higher than this. Press that floor away from you. So you come to that dead stop and press. Squeeze the glutes, straighten out those legs. Knees checking out. Torso's lifted, especially right here. So keep the torso lifted, keep the chest lifted, and up. Reverse lunge to our lateral raise. All right, here we go. Take that step back. Step out to the side a little bit, not as if you're on a tightrope. When you come up, you should be able to just push off that front leg, not the back one, okay? And nice and controlled, lateral raise. We're not swinging the weights. Come up to parallel. Really open the chest there too, so we don't want to pinch. Open that chest up. Good posture here at the top. And up. Really open up there at the top. 10 more seconds to get in some good reps here. Forward lean on that lunge so you hit those glutes. All right, what do we got next? Romanian deadlift. Always a Romanian deadlift in my lower body workouts or full body workout. Such a great exercise. We are adding in that row, that back work in. Send it down, up. Those of us that sit at a desk during the day, I'm a musician, so I'm practicing a lot, sitting in a chair. We want to ensure we're working that posterior, strengthening glutes, like we are here, and strengthening our back. And ensure we have good posture and no muscular imbalances. Nice strong row there. 5 more seconds. And set it down. So we do want to make sure if you're sitting at a keyboard, you've got a tight chest, weak back. So getting in that posterior work, working that back is really going to help you when it comes to posture and any pains you might be feeling. All right, we've got the plank up, down. Drop it down, come up, drag it across. Down, down, up, up. Body is nice and stiff. Lifting and lowering that plank. Keep those butts out of the air. All right, so one way you can ensure that is if those shoulders are right over your palms. Resist that urge to start doing this with your hips. Lock it in. And stay right here on the ground for our final exercise. Woo. Russian twist. Side to side. Keeping those elbows locked in. Working from bringing the weight forward with the abs and not swinging with our arms. All right. Here we go. To the side. Press it up. Curl it down. Right back up. Twist. Be cautious, or be aware, I should say, of your breathing when you're doing ab work. I like to really make strong exhalations, really empty out all that air. Exhale, inhale, exhale, back down. Woo! All right, made it to that final round today. Feeling good, hitting everything in today's workout. Going back to the top for our sumos and our upright rows. If you feel pinching, open that chest. Stand wide. Down, really working these inner thighs. Come up, squeeze. Keep going with those elbows. Back down. Keep that chest lifted. Keep that torso upright. Exhale. Back down. Nice and controlled here. chest open. Draw up with the elbows. You don't have to come any higher than this. And one more, and set them down. Woo. All right, reverse lunge. Set this off to the side. We have reverse lunge with lateral raise. So let's really focus on that lateral raise here. All right. Take it down, forward lean, press up, and out with control. So no swinging, good posture. Press up with that front leg. You should be able to lift without any help from the back leg. Good stability here. Nice and tall, chest is lifted on that lateral raise as well. Working from that side shoulder. Doing standing work like this versus doing a lateral raise seated, obviously we're working a lot more core. So if you are someone that sits a lot during the day, change up how you do your exercises. If you're doing seated exercises in the gym, start standing because that is going to incorporate a lot more core. All right, RDL to a low. Take it down, draw it back, and up. So if you're doing this and you don't have a lot of bend, add a little bend, but don't turn it into a squat. Okay, you still want to keep that torso forward and hinge. Really focus on how you're drawing those weights up, where you're working from in that back. Sweep those weights towards your glutes. Press the floor away as you come up. Up, and set those weights down. We are moving on to final two exercises. The plank up, down, drag. I'll do these from the side. This time, go and come down to the ground. All right, set up into plank. And let's drop it down. Take it up and across. Hips are perfectly square. We're not rotating. Drawing that weight right under the belly button. Balance down on 3 points. Grab that weight, drag it across. Press those heels back. Squeeze your quads. This is exactly what goes through my head commentary when I'm working out by myself. Constantly coaching myself to make sure every rep is effective. So I'm getting the most out of what I'm doing. I'm not just going through the movements. You learn a lot about your body too when you do that. All right, Russian twisted press, very last exercise today. Woo. All right, let's go ahead and twist to the side, press it up, C curve down, come right back up, reach, bring it down, elbows at your side, twisting from your abs, not letting those arms swing you to the side. Control and come back center, press it up, curve, come right back up, exhale, bring it down, center, get that press in. We haven't got an overhead press in the other exercises. We're getting it in right now. 5 more seconds, control, come up, one more twist to the side, and set that weight down. Let's carefully come up to standing, and to last to the left, and bring those arms up over your head, and nice big deep breaths. Bring that heart rate down. And that's it for just 25 minutes today, full body workout. Today, focusing on traditional exercises in combination so that we do get that conditioning in. We are working multi-joints. We are working on strength and holding on to lean muscle. So many great things in today's workout. But I hope what you really got out of this workout was achieving really good form so that you can get the most out of the workout, because in continuous workouts like this, you're doing a lot of reps. So you want to make sure you're doing it correctly and you're not continually doing it wrong. So today's workout, make sure you are taking the time to really focus on how you're moving through that exercise, because like I said, you learn a lot about your body that way, okay? All right, y'all, I hope you enjoyed this traditional strength continuous 25 today, and I'll see you for our next continuous workout.